A hostage siege in California at a California veterans home has ended tragically with 4 people dead. Police tried in vain to negotiate with a gunman during an 8-hour standoff. Let's bring in Natasha Fatah for the details on this story. So, Natasha, what's the latest? What do we know?
John, the authorities were hoping that they'd be able to get everyone out of that veterans home yesterday, out of Yountville, California, alive and safe. But unfortunately, that's not how things went down. For 8 hours, they were trying to negotiate and figure out how to get in, as a former U.S. military officer was holding 3 women hostage. When they finally were able to get into the Pathway home, which houses over 1,000 people, 1,000 veterans to be specific, they found the gunman, they found his body, and they also found the bodies of the 3 women he had been holding hostage. All of them have now been identified. Let's bring up the pictures of the victims, beginning with 48-year-old Christine Lober. She was the executive director of the Pathway home. Then 42-year-old Jennifer Golake and 29-year-old Jennifer Gonzalez were both mental health professionals working at the facility. Now, a statement has been released by the facility where they worked, and they've described the women as being brave, accomplished professionals who had dedicated their careers to serving the nation's veterans, and specifically working with those who were managing PTSD after having served in Iraq and Afghanistan. Now, as I mentioned, the home houses about 1,000 veterans. Many of them were in the facility at the time that the gunman walked in with a rifle and started holding people hostage. There were also dozens of people who worked at the facility there at the time.
Natasha, what do we know so far about the shooter involved in this?
He has been identified as 36-year-old Albert Wong, and the Department of Defense for the United States has described him as a decorated member of the U.S. military. They say he did serve with the military for 3 years, from 2010 to 2013, and 1 year of that was in Afghanistan specifically. Now, what we've also learned is that he was receiving treatment at the Pathway home, and just 2 weeks ago, according to one state senator, Albert Wong left his treatment at the center. We don't know why that happened, if he had completed his treatment there or if he had been asked to leave. We also know that the authorities have found his car, which was parked outside of the facility. They looked into it with a bomb squad, did not find a bomb. They found his cell phone. But the critical question, which remains unanswered at this point, John, is why did he do this? And we're no closer to finding out a motive.